Yo, welcome back to the channel. Kamusta sa inyong lahat? Something huge is brewing in Wuthering Waves. And it's not just another banner. It's a potential game changer that could flip your entire perception of 4-star units upside down. Rumors are swirling that two of the game's earliest characters, Yuanwu and YangYang, might be getting 5-star reawakened versions. That's right. Kuro might just be pulling the trigger on a tried and tested gotcha strategy, the Prestige upgrade. And no, this isn't some wild new experiment. If you've played gotcha JRPGs for any decent length of time, you know this move by heart. Ethereal Restart, for instance, gave us Sania in both a 4-star and 5-star incarnation. Same character, different ceiling. This tactic isn't just about refreshing old favorites, it's about creating a long-tail relationship between the player and the character. Reawakening a fan favorite into a 5-star powerhouse ensures that emotional attachment turns into hard currency. It keeps players invested, prolongs character relevance, and yes, racks up engagement and monetization like clockwork. It's gotcha science at this point. Let's start with YangYang. She is the first Arrow unit we all met, the girl who helped carry us through the early days before Jian took over and giga-chatted his way into all the major content. She's got decent utility, grouping enemies, applying arrow, and that sweet resonance energy outro. But let's be honest, she hasn't exactly aged like wine. Still, Kuro has been oddly insistent on keeping her in the spotlight, especially since she is the first cover girl of the game. She was the face of the first teaser trailer, and she keeps showing up in story moments, and the way she's written, it's like they really want her to matter. So what do you do when the player base forgets a story important character exists? Easy. You give her a makeover. You give her a shiny new 5-star version with a cracked kit, possibly a whole new element, and drop her right into a high-stakes banner cycle. Imagine a YangYang who swaps from Arrow to Electro, maybe even carries the Electro Flare debuff. Suddenly, she's more than a tutorial unit. She's meta-relevant. And then there's Yuanwu, the stoic gym owner who looks like he walked out of a wuxia film and into your incandescence team comp. His defense scaling kit makes him one of the rare few who actually rewards you for building tanky, and his synergy with Jinshi's incandescence is downright uncanny. As a budget-friendly unit, he's carved out a niche for himself by offering coordinated off-field damage, passive utility, and disruption. His vibration strength reduction lets your team punch through enemy defenses more easily, and unlocking his sequences grants a handy shield that can help stabilize your rotations. He's one of those rare 4-stars who consistently punches above his weight, quietly propping up comps that otherwise would have crumbled. And now, there's a real chance he'll return as a 5-star menace with a whole new bag of tricks. Oh, by the way, this is perhaps the opportunity to finally learn more about his story. Once a character becomes a limited 5-star, you can bet they're getting their own story quest mode. Anywho, Electro Flare, the negative status debuff that weakens enemy attacks, is tailor-made for someone like Yuanwu. His whole brand is about control and countering aggression. A 5-star Yuanwu who specializes in weakening enemy power while buffing his team's retaliation. That could fit the current meta like a glove. Now, you ask yourself, why are they doing this? Beyond the obvious narrative hooks and character fan service, this strategy serves a far more lucrative purpose: monetization with a nostalgic twist. These reawakened versions wouldn't just be lateral upgrades, they'd be limited, highly polished banner bait designed to weaponize your emotional attachment. We're talking new combat kits built from the ground up, fresh animations, dazzling visuals, and maybe even entirely different elements to entice veteran players and new whales alike. It's a marketing masterstroke. You already love the character, now you're being asked to chase their definitive form. It's nostalgia, but turbocharged and monetized to the max. And the scary part? It works brilliantly. But what does this mean for your roster? Will you have to pull for a unit you already built up? Will the 4-star and 5-star coexist? Or will one replace the other? If we follow the pattern set by other gacha games, both versions will likely remain, and the 5-star taking center stage for endgame content, of course. And considering Kuro's track record in punishing Grey Raven, they're not above remixing old favorites into new roles. Shakona is Aero, but she can also deal Spectro. So why can't YangYang stay Aero but trigger Electro Flare? And let's not ignore the elephant in the room. Aero Erosion is already dangerously overcrowded. Cartethyia is a burst nuke monster. Shakona brings flexibility and off-element utility. Aero Rover still punches above his free-to-play weight class. And now, there's Bulling on the horizon, who might just be another Aero Erosion contender vying for a top slot. So realistically, where does a new 5-star YangYang even fit in all of this? On paper, she's squeezed out of relevance. But, and this is a big but, if Kuro plays it right, she doesn't need to compete with the others. She could redefine the role entirely. Imagine a YangYang that doesn't just apply damage, but also enables it. Team-wide flare triggers that spread like wildfire. Combo extending buffs that amplify output. Or even an enemy debuff extension that keeps pressure up without needing to refresh. In short, if she brings something uniquely synergistic that redefines what Aero Erosion can do, she might not just earn a spot in the meta, she might even reshape it. So, when will all this drop? If the rumors are true, this is a long play. We probably won't see these 5-star reawakenings until version 3.0 when we reach the new federation. But the signs are already there. Negative status effects are becoming more central to the game's design. Old units are falling behind, slightly. And players are starting to crave familiar faces with fresh relevance. This is more than just an upgrade. Like I said, this is a reawakening. And if Yuanwu and YangYang truly get the 5-star treatment, they might only be the beginning of a new wave of reimagined favorites. Of course, don't expect them to come for free. These reawakened units or reawakened forms will almost certainly be locked behind Wish banners, dressed in glittering animation and meta-busting kits. Still, there's a small part of us that wonders, would Kuro really let players run around with two versions of the same character on the same non-co-op team? Wouldn't that break immersion? Or at least our sanity? Fortunately, this shift isn't happening overnight. Like I said, all signs are pointing towards version 3.0 as the earliest rollout point. So for now, we can watch, we can speculate, and we can prepare our wallets for the big impact. So let me ask you this. If your favorite 4-star got a 5-star glow up with a busted new kit, would you pull? Or would you stick with the original knowing the power gap is only going to grow? Thank you so much for watching. Maraming salamat po, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.